Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, then welcome. And today is the 20th of the month, and so I am back with September's bullet journal spreads. Woohoo! I am so excited for this month's theme. Shout out to my best friend Abby for the theme idea. And as you might have already guessed by the thumbnail of this video, I have created a back to school theme. And this was really fun to create. I copied Amanda H. Lee's back to school stationery theme last year, and I was just so tempted to just draw that out again and reuse that. But I love to create my own ideas and new ideas for you guys to be inspired by. So I came up with my own spreads, and I think they turned out really cool. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section down below of any themes you would like to see me create, because I love to hear your ideas. And subscribe to my channel, ring the bell to receive notifications every time I upload a new video. And without further ado, let's get on to the time lapse. Woo! So, we start off with, of course, the cover page for this month's back to school theme. And I really hope you enjoyed that little picture of me in the thumbnail. That was a throwback to me at primary school. But we start off, and I've kind of used this kind of free-flowing font. It's kind of just a bit like, it's not very like perfect, and that's what I kind of like about it. So I've just accidentally kind of ended up doing it rainbow themed. I had this idea to draw crayons all along the edge of the page, and I was just going to do the random colours, and then it kind of turned into like rainbow order. So yeah, I kind of just done that throughout this whole theme really. But I just drew a bunch of crayons, and I tried to make them look like the Crayola crayons. God, that's a tongue twister. Say that 10 times. Crayola crayons, Crayola crayons, Crayola. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. And then on the left hand page, I just drew out a quote that says, "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." And I just thought that was such a cool quote, because especially when you're in school, like, I know a lot of things can seem really difficult, but it's really about how you view yourself and your mindset towards things. So this next page is my mood tracker, and for this, I was really struggling in deciding what to do for this, but I decided to draw out 30 books. And this is kind of like the standard books that you would get, and you normally get like the 4 lines on the front page, and they say, write your teacher's name at the top, and your name, and the class name, and blah blah blah, and the subject, and it's just like you get so used to that. So I just drew the numbers of each day in where the lines would be, and then I've just done a little key at the bottom. So basically you colour in every book each day depending on what your mood was in that day. And then this next page is my habit tracker, and you can see, so my camera only records for about 30 minutes at a time, and then you have to like re-record the next bit. And the shutter noise went off, and it made me jump, and it jogged me on the top. It never normally jogs me, but it did this time, and I wish I got that on camera, but unfortunately, obviously, it stopped recording. So yeah, this is just a place for me to track things that I want to keep track of, obviously, that might be helpful. So things like drinking enough water. I say this every time, but you can track your own things, really, just whatever you might find helpful. And yeah, I really enjoy filling those in every day. So this next page is my September memories page, and I absolutely love this page now. I've had it in quite a few of my bullet journals at this point, and I just think it's such a good way of kind of looking back at an overview of the month, like all the fun times you've had and things. Sometimes it's so easy to get caught up on all the things that went wrong, or all of the bad things that you think of, and it's hard to kind of remember, oh, actually I did have a good time today, etc. So that's a really cool place to just kind of like doodle and draw and write stuff about all the memories you made in September. So the page next to it is my YouTube videos ideas page, and for this I just simply did a clipboard, and I was kind of trying to think of school themed things. So like on the page next to it I did some protractors, and then on this page I did a clipboard, which I thought was cool. You can write down your ideas on a sheet of paper on the clipboard. So this next page is my gratitude page and my prayer request page. And so I kind of just drew the background as if I was writing it in a book. And of course, when you're at school, they always say, make sure you draw a line for your margin and you put the numbers on the one side of the line, and so it looks really neat. And you have to underline all your titles, so I underlined all the subtitles just as you would if you were at school. And so the page next to it is a quote page, of course, and this is my Bible verse of the month. So I chose the Bible verse, Romans 8 verse 31, which says, if God is for us, who can be against us? And I love this quote because I know, drawing from personal experience at school, I got bullied quite a lot, and it's not uncommon these days, sadly. So it's just a really cool verse to just remind you, like, if you've got God on your side, then nobody can be against you. No one can get to you because it doesn't matter, because you have God as your army, and that is pretty cool. And I just drew some paper aeroplanes flying around them because who doesn't create a paper aeroplane at school at some point in their lives? If you haven't, then you probably haven't lived. So this next page is my weekly spreads, and unfortunately it didn't actually film this, and I didn't realise until afterwards. So you've just got the finished page. But I kind of just did really simple boxes, and sometimes that's all you really need because I find it gives me the most space to write down stuff. And now that I'm using my bullet journal more frequently, I find that I actually do have a lot of stuff to write down. And I do really find a note section helpful. I've worked out because there's sometimes stuff that I just need to remember that's not necessarily for a specific day, and that's what I find that really helpful for. And I just carried on with the rainbow theme. So this is my final flip through of my September back to school bullet journal setup. And I really loved getting to make this. I know it's kind of a bit obvious, you think, oh, September, everyone's going to do a back to school theme. But I hope that I kind of individualised it and kind of made it different to everyone else's bullet journal setups. I try not to look at other people's too much so that I can create my own ideas. And so, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like I said, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to receive notifications every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you soon. What was that?